Good evening, guys. Ken of Tortoise Capital, nightly strategy podcast for July 3rd, 2023. Start with the 30-minute hybrid swing frames. Beginning with Alcoa. This is all on 30-minute charts. At a reduced session today. So the Alcoa long that we took, we cashed after the rollover for about +1. No overnight risk. AI, I initiated the Kata 2. I like this whole formation here. And if we can break above, call it the 5-day high, then this should have a nice chance to run up to 43 and the 10-day high around 47. I'm liking that slow grind up. Caterpillar initiated the Kata 2. Cliff, no trade. CVS initiated Kata 2. This is just a classic Kata 2 right here. I mean, nice long trade. You have an SSC here, which closed on Friday. And then this R10 reversal here, standard risk, and it closed pretty well. So we're holding +1. At one point we were at +2. I would not be offended if you had taken this as an exit and just cashed one, but I feel like that one has a chance to go. Dish, no trade. Devon Energy, no trade. Electronic Arts, no trade. Emerging Markets, no trade. This one was interesting. Great big gap, and then nothing, and then stabilized. So with tomorrow's holiday, we'll see what a 48-hour news cycle does to this. So I was not really interested in adding a lot of new positions for the long term today. Ethereum starting to grind up, showed the first signs of breaking out from this long 10-day sideways chop, which is in here, which hasn't really gone anywhere. We tried a couple times, it really wasn't much. Today was the first effort out of that, but then it came all the way back to close near the top of the range. So we'll see if there's more interest in that on Wednesday. Mexico missed the I missed this gap and go here. So it's been stabilizing pretty well in here. It opened and then broke out hard. Then really never went anywhere. So there was one initial burst, and you had to be right on it to catch it. Brazil was the same thing. Intel, no trade. IP, yesterday, Friday, we initiated the Kata 2 in the usual way, and that thing closed well. Today, this just ran up and closed pretty well, so we're holding 1, 2, 3, about +4 on that one. That has a real good chance to break out. It made a new 30-day high today, so this one feels like it could really go. I should probably clean up that chart. There we are. IYR, I missed the morning hook and the emerging dragon, so that could have been this trade, with an entry around in this region with a standard risk either to the bottom of the PSAR or bottom of the dragon, or if you use the standard risk box, that would have been a much tighter, and then that played pretty well. So I'm looking for continuation on Wednesday. KRE, no trade. McDonald's, we exited the 2-position long. This was one that, again, today on the reduced volume and reduced participation, when this started rolling over, I wanted to keep that second position in the money, So we made a good bank on this one. 5, 6, about 7 on the first one, probably 2 on the second one. Avoided the long slide, and we'll see if that sets up like a Kata 2 for Wednesday. That would not be surprising. So we'll be ready for that one. I think that one is in play. This was unusual behavior in an otherwise kind of a sideways, normal kind of a day. That was strange behavior in McDonald's. Merck exited. I had to exit that one. That was on. We had 3 positions on. This was dumb. This should have been an exit up in here. This was a gap down, so the third position goes negative and erases the second position, so it leaves only the first position in the money. So we just gave back a lot on that. It ended up being 5R, but that should have been a lot better than that. Microsoft exited the swing here at the gap and started to roll over, hit the PSAR flip, so we kept one. Marijuana trade of the day. So this one was a Kata 2, and it had a move off the bottom, and we just put the standard risk on it. That's like a 5-cent risk, and that thing did nothing but just zoom and recover. So pretty nice work. We'll see that in the trade of the day. NVIDIA, we initiated the emerging dragon on Friday and kind of went nowhere, but we maintained the position. Clean energy, no trade. Rivian, this one was phenomenal. So we've had 2 really good double-digit trades on this one. This is one I'm really pleased with, this exit, the one that got us out of that very large position. Of course, that made us miss a 17% gap, but on the other hand, that could have been down here on 4 positions. So I don't mind that one at all. It gapped up to here and then just took off. So I put 1 position back on with markets money that was earned from here, and it did nothing but take off. So we're holding 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 5 on a single position, and I think there's a good chance for this to continue in the week ahead. Tesla, almost in sympathy. Now this is one where we did get the gap because we had initiated an emerging dragon in Tesla in the usual way. It closed really well. We held the position, and then it gapped up and closed really well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was like a +5 gift on the gap in Tesla. And I think that one, even more than Rivian, has a chance to really do well. U.S. Steel initiated the Kata 2. I got in there a little bit early on Friday. I should have said we initiated that on Friday. And then today it gapped up and really just held sideways. So we're holding +2 on that Kata 2, and everything's looking strong. All right, so this is the, this is the sniper trade of the day in marijuana. And this thing has a 5-cent standard risk box. And off the bottom, I let that thing move 2 standard risk box off the bottom, and it just kept going, so it put a speculative one on, and all that did was just steam on up to the 2R battle drill, second position, never looked back, 4R battle drill, began to accelerate, 4th position at the 6R battle drill, and then finally had this like a parabolic move and exited here, and that that was as quiet as you could want. And here was 8R on the first trade, 6R on the second trade, 4R on the third trade, 2R on the last trade, for a total of 20R with just a mechanical application of the 2R battle drill, sniper trade of the day, MSOS. No overnight risk either. So we'll take that. Almost 4R for the day. Tries a COTA 2 collapse, cut it quick, re-entered, made bank. Got paid on the second one. Quick scratch, quick micro loss. Total of 3, I guess, 0.5 or so on that one. And then this is the let me see if I can read this. Yeah, so that was micro gold. Then this is the yen. And really, just notice how good the PSAR flip is on that one. Wow. And then you get the Z3 pinch, and then a breakout, so he gets the 2R battle drill. Sells everything for 3.5. We'll take that for a day at work. Brian, I like this one, the 1, 2, 3 entry off the bottom. Don't let it go negative. I would probably have been tempted right about here, but that's still a good entry. There really wasn't much in that last one. You know, on a limited duration day on a holiday, don't expect DIA to do anything. I mean, there's not going to be anybody trying to push it around or do anything hot with it. So today was a kind of a practice day in that sense. Brazil. Yeah, there was probably an opportunity in here off the 1, 2, 3, and then probably cash. I'd have been tempted around in here, but I don't mind that one. That's a quick exit. But again, on a short time day, a limited session day, there's usually not going to be much movement, except in some of the peripherals like Rivian and marijuana, for crying out loud. Yeah. Tim brings in 0.8 in Alcoa. Quick OR3 gets paid. PSAR flip gets paid. Continuation gets paid. I think you could be looking around in here when this cashes and then it doesn't even get through the dragon and starts failing. You could treat that really as a short opportunity. This is still pretty good here, but you're already running out of space to yesterday's close. I like that reversal. Again, wasn't much movement today in the large caps. Intel got caught up in the chop here. This one failed pretty quick. This is supposed to go right away from the VWAP. When it doesn't, the least surprising move would be down to here, and it did half of that in a hurry. I still like I like this as the short. I mean, I like that as the short, to be honest, and I think this is over trading because now you're clearly in the Z3 pinch. I think that last one should not have been taken. Hamad is back after the birth of his baby girl. Congratulations. just shaking off the dust. He gets paid a micro loss. Yeah, this collapsing dragon here, that PSAR flip, either one of those, especially this one, you do catch it in the sweet spot. This one, I don't know if I'd have waited that long to get out, but really, why not? So 1.6. Intel, I think this is one where after that gap up and then quick fail, yeah, that's a place we can be short. I like this one. I like the quick cut. I think you could be short here. I don't disagree with waiting for that break, and you cut it quick. But that's when we got to get that early, especially on a short session day. Tesla just wasn't much move after the open, but you do get 0.6. If yeah, I mean that's about as good an entry as you're going to get. Here's the OR3. That's a pretty good shot. After this much gap, I don't know that I want to try to be short Tesla. Yeah. Finally, Satya on Rivian. This was after that 20-yard day on Friday. Great big gap up. Sees two wrist boxes off the bottom, so he holds his nose and buys it. Great exit at the edge of the dragon, just like you're supposed to. +2, and home for the rest of the day. All right, I will get the reports finished up and shot out to you. And tomorrow is a day off because of the July 4th holiday, so we'll pick up the trade once more on Wednesday. Take good care, and we shall see you on down the road.